last things on my list when doing a 100,000 mile inspection on the M272 and M273 engines is to check the motor mounts. Now, the nice thing about the motor mounts is they won't leave you stranded. They just slowly go bad, kind of like shock absorbers. When you start it, hold on to the steering wheel, you're going to feel it. So it starts going, and it usually starts going around 100,000 miles, particularly on the V8s, because the engines are heavier and the motor mounts, which are liquid filled, do not last as long as on the V6. And so is the case with this W221 at 98,000 miles. I'm feeling a very slight vibration in the steering wheel, very slight. That's the first indication, and it'll get gradually worse the longer it goes on to where it'll become so annoying you just say, I got to get these motor mounts changed. But a number of W221 owners have reported they've changed their motor mounts and the vibration doesn't go away. So there's 2 or 3 other things that can cause low speed and idle engine vibration, and I want to make sure that I check all those first. Because changing the motor mounts on a W221 4MATIC is not an easy job. So I don't really want to do it if I don't have to. Of course, if your vibration is real bad, you can do a power brake. You can, get in the car, put it in gear, hold the brake, and race the engine a little bit, and the engine will go like this if the motor mounts are just shot. Well, this isn't the case with this car. It's just that subtle vibration, which is, just beginning. So we're going to look at the other things that might cause this vibration. But the first thing we can do is just visually inspect those motor mounts from underneath. Look for any fluid, because they are liquid filled, leaking out of the mounts. If it is, you're just going to have to replace the mount. So we're taking it up in the air, we'll go underneath, and we're going to give this a visual inspection. It's very difficult to tell visually if these motor mounts are good or bad unless they're leaking fluid. I'm looking these over to make sure there's no leaks. Usually you'll see some staining running down off the bottom of the mount. Because of the mileage, I'm just going to go ahead and change the rear transmission mount now. With that plate off, we can kind of check whether this is loose or not. I'm going to take you over to the bench when we get this off and compare it with a new one. This is a fairly easy part to replace if you have some way to get the car up in there and some way to jack up the transmission. So on a lift, it's quite quick. When I first pull this off, I'm looking at it, and I don't see any obvious deterioration. The rubber still looks good. So I brought in the new one, and I go, oh, look at that. And here's the big difference right here. You see, this has started to collapse, and if I take and rock this, I can get it to hit. This one, I cannot get it to touch the two sides. That's not saying, the engine's going to rock this back and forth that far. But the key here is the amount of collapse on the rubber. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this. So in review, I changed that transmission mount, and I would say the vibration was reduced to about 40 to 50% right away. It was not as strong, much lower frequency. So now I'm going to take a look at the exhaust system. If the exhaust system is vibrating and it's not well isolated from the car, you could get vibration coming up through the body. Now, I'm looking at this exhaust. It's in good shape, but it's moving. These large donuts here, and you can hear that little bit of squeak. And if you look here, you can see how hard these are. They've lost some of their subtleness, if I could say. So we have one there, one there. We have 2 back here on each side, right up here. So we got 2 here, we got 2 over on the right side. So that's 6 there. And then we got a couple more up front, but they're different. So you can see these 2 here are much more like your common exhaust hangers. You can see they've stretched out. They're not as hard as the other ones, but I want to change all of these rubber exhaust hangers and then drive the car again to see if that helps with the vibration problem. These center hangers were not difficult to get on. Typical of most of these, we call them donuts, but these went on easier than some I've seen. But look at the old ones that we removed, and you can see they're really deformed. They're also very hard, where these are much softer, but we've got a much more springy and much more solid exhaust now. So I'm going to put on my website a complete set of these hangers for the W221 that includes 2 up front, 2 in the center, and 4 in the back, 2 on each side. So if you're going to change one set of hangers, you should just change them all to help eliminate vibration in the exhaust, which will transmit through to the chassis right here. So now we get to lower this thing down and take it for another test drive. Reporting back in on my progress trying to eliminate the engine vibration in this S550. You recall I just changed all the exhaust hangers. I've been driving this for about 3 or 4 days, and I didn't even need to get out of the driveway when I noticed a marked difference in the engine vibration, particularly when I accelerated and got on it, and then once I started driving it at mid to high speeds, the vibration was totally gone. Wow, totally gone. Didn't feel anything in the steering wheel, but as soon as I'd let the throttle back off, it dropped down below 1500 RPM and then down to idle. I could still feel a little vibration in the steering wheel. So I said, okay, now I'm going to go after the air induction and fuel injection on this thing. It's got new spark plugs, so I don't think there's a miss going on there. But I did think a little bit about, this throttle body situation that you run into. Also, the fuel injectors. When was the last time the previous owner ran fuel injection cleaner through this? So the next step is to take this kit right here, and I'm going to do a complete throttle body clean, and I'm going to clean the mass airflow sensor, and I'm going to run 2 bottles of fuel injection cleaner in this thing. What I'll do is I'll put about 5 gallons in and throw the whole bottle. These bottles are supposed to handle, like 21 gallons. But not knowing when this was ever done on this car, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of condensed treatment. So I'll run 1 bottle through about 5 gallons, and then I'll run another bottle through, and then I'll drive it for about a week. You won't notice an immediate change when using fuel injection cleaner, but a lot of times you'll notice immediate change when you clean the throttle body and the mass airflow sensor. So I'll go ahead, I'm going to do those jobs now, and I'll put several videos up, particularly on this issue of cleaning the throttle body, some of the cautions, some of the things you don't want to do, and then we'll get back and report in about a week. I'm going to give it about a week driving this thing, and let's see if I can eliminate that low speed vibration. I just love success stories when working on these cars. I've been driving this thing for about 2 weeks. I ran a couple of bottles of injection cleaner through the engine. I didn't notice any difference for about 100 miles, but then it started to smooth out. And I have to say, after doing that throttle body cleaning, mass airflow cleaning, and running fuel injection through this engine, the vibration is virtually gone. I mean, gone. You might feel something a little bit when you start the engine up, but all that low speed vibration and coming off idle just kind of disappeared. You can imagine how happy I am I don't have to change the motor mounts on this 4MATIC. And as I said earlier, I've seen numerous reports on forums that people have approached 100,000 miles. Obvious, the V8s are harder on motor mounts than the V6s, but they change the motor mount and say, no, the vibration's still there. So I hope you find this video helpful. What is the moral of the story? If you have engine vibration at higher mileage, don't just assume that it's your motor mounts.